welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. This is Seeking Alexandria. You guys, okay, so funny story. I was just sitting here thinking, like, how many people film videos? A ton. Most of the time when they're like going to review a product, they start the beginning of the video with them and they're all like cute and perfect, and then I come on here and I look like a dusty bag of ass. Like, I look so awful. Like, I always think that that's so funny because I'm always like, other people start their videos and they're all like, oh, it's like a montage of how cute they look, and I come on and I'm like, hello. I'm here to review some stuff. Don't I look beautiful? So I just thought that was funny. Anyways, today you guys, we are looking, I'm so weird, we are looking at the Colourpop collab that they did with Shayla. I actually caught this like literally as it launched. I did go ahead and picked up the entire collection. So it looks like there are 2 powder highlights, a gloss, 3 lipsticks, and of course this palette. So I thought it would just be kind of a fun day to go through, play with makeup. Obviously I have swatched the entire palette for you, bam. So we're gonna talk about that, talk about how they feel, how they swatched, and then I was like, well, okay, this palette has a lot of different colors to it. So what color do I want to go with? Like, what, I mean, which color scheme do I want for my eyes? Because there's quite a variety here. So I was kind of trying to scroll back through my feed and see, you know, what do I like, what don't I like. It looks like I've done with the Patrick Star collections, there was a lot of pink and purple. There was the pink from the Jeffree Star palette. So I've done a lot of pinks, purples. There's some purple. I did some blue with the BH Cosmetics. So, oh, there was green with Violet Voss, and I'm back about a month ago. I don't want to keep repeating colors if I can help it. Let's do some swatches or get up close and show them to you. And then, like, let's go from there and we'll kind of see what we think along the way, because I'm really excited. Oh, and we should do prices. Prices. Who wants to know prices, Paige? Nobody, apparently, because you're not going to tell nobody. Colourpop, Colourpop, ooh, color, 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 color. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, am I the only one that cannot find this on their damn website? Oh, literally I reached the end. You guys, I just typed in Shayla at the top and it either gives me the kit, which I purchased, which is right here, or the lipsticks. Like the bundle, which are both out of stock, but that's it. Like, the highlights are, nothing else is here. Why is nothing else here? Now I'm confused. So I bought the kit for $59, which saves $5 overall. But it doesn't tell me. It says the restock is set for $5.11. Well, I guess the palette is a good place to start, you guys. It says here that it is $23, and it currently has 4 out of 5 stars. Again, it is set to restock $5.11 at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And wow, 4 out of 5 stars. Oh, there's only 1 review. Shut up. All right, so let's see if this is worth the buckies. Now, the first thing we're gonna notice, first of all, I love this packaging. Like, how pretty is that? I'm mildly obsessed. I love this like fun graphic on here, and I love, by the way, Colourpop. You did us a solid, gave us a mirror. Thank you so much. Big old beastie mirror right here. Turn it over. These are the shades. Now the shade names are listed underneath as well as on the back. Thank you, Colourpop. You guys are doing it right with this. That's probably why it costs a little bit more, but I really like the colors of this. And the first thing that actually, like, I thought of, the first thing that popped into my head was, wow, this is gonna look beautiful on so many skin tones. So I'm really excited. I like rewarding that kind of noticeableness, if you will. Where's my little color switch? Do I have a color switch still? Oh God. Okay, going in with a color switch here. This is what I will be using in between. You guys can pick these up. You don't have to get, there's like a Veramona color switch that actually costs money. You can, I think I picked one up on Amazon to test it. It was like $3. So you can find them a hell of a lot cheaper. It's literally just a sponge, like a scrapey thing inside of a container cut to size. You can make your own. I've talked about this before, but I do love these so much. They're great for people like me that use the same brush 15 times. In one video. Okay, so first thing, oh my God, we have to do swatches. I 100% forgot, and I was about ready to just go in with my eyes. Well, I guess let's pause real quick and let's do some swatches, guys. My bad. First up, we have Unbothered, TF, Titus, Stallion, Spill the Tea, Diva, IE, 14, Strut and Slay, Culture, Sassy. Ooh, that's my jam right there. September, Revenge, Thick, Played Out, and Shade. And that right there is the whole palette. Lots of shimmers. Yes, queen. All right, so now that we've seen the shades, I do think that there's a lot to be said about the color story of this. I really like the color. I like the depth of this palette. That you can tell that she really wasn't afraid to kind of go there with deeper, sometimes more grungy shades. I overall love the aesthetic of this. Whereas if you compare it to, say, the BH Cosmetics one, which, do I have that one out still, or did I put it away? Okay, well, it looks like I have moved that to another location. But if you remember, the shades from that palette were a lot more like bright and colorful and festival and whereas this one, it's taking on a lot more like really nice kind of underground vibe, which I really, really like that. I like that it's a little bit different aesthetic, especially for this time of year, which is always fun. So, what do I want to do? I think what we're going to do is, I've already primed and prepped my lids. Obviously, the usual. I went in with the Urban Decay Eden Primer Potion, set that down with some Coty Airspun, and that's what I also have here to catch any fallout that may or may not happen. So, I think what we're going to do is I want to go in first with the shade Culture and start working that one right on through the crease there. And I think, because I really do love that shade Sassy, which is that really beautiful kind of green to brown iridescence. I love that shade so much. I was gonna do like a really structured cut. Ooh, wait, maybe I still will. Ooh, I don't know. Girl, I just don't know. I cannot answer all these questions. There's something really fancy that I want to try, but then at the same time, I'm kind of like, do I want to go there? Like, I can't decide. Okay, let's just start with the color into the crease here. I think there's only, what, 4 mattes in this entire palette, 16 pans, and only 4 of them are matte. Wow, that's good though. I like the variety. So I think what we want to do is go from Culture to Thick, which is this beautiful bright orange right here. Maybe dust it over into this just a little bit to keep the outer V. I don't know. I want to see how the other ones blend all up first and kind of see where we go. But this is a nice fluffy Wet n Wild brush that I did just run through that color thingamajig. So let's kind of go ahead and start applying these to the crease. Let's check pigment. Let's check color. I've actually been working with a couple palettes lately. Like, I've been testing them out. I've been doing you guys, can you hear that? That's my cat. Just being a cat, because she likes to wait until I'm filming to, like, you know, live her life in here. Like, oh, I'm just gonna vacuum the floors, Mom. Hope you don't mind. Meanwhile, actually, I wish she would vacuum the floors, since how, you know, she's here all day. Rude. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I've been doing a lot less. Like, this right here is a first impression, but I've been doing less and less of those and more of, like, living in the palettes, which it's not that I want to quit first impressions, because I really, really, really love doing them, but I don't know, I've kind of been loving doing them the other way as well, so it's kind of fun. And it gives you guys a little bit more too, because by the time I do them, I've played with a lot more shades, so it gives me a lot more information. Wow. That was all just that light shade. That's really pretty. Let's go into the shade Thick, which is that brighter orange, and just kind of see what we can do to pop this color out. I actually really loved the 4 matte shades that they chose. They're all very, like, you know, warm toned, but I think all the shimmers in here would match these 4 colors really, really well. So they gave you an option for a ton of different eye looks, which is really, really nice. Now, keep in mind, I'm just going to say this right now, I don't know who Shayla is. I think it's a YouTuber. Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep up on all that kind of stuff. Like, it's not my thing so much. Just because when I review a palette, I don't necessarily care so much who it's about. But I'm sure that she does go through and explain the shades and the names and why she chose what she chose. I just don't know who it is. Because for me, it's more about the palette than anything else. That literally blended out so beautifully. Like, I love that color so much. I love both of those colors. And they're beautiful. Like, even when I shut my eyes, they still give me, like, this really nice faded negative space right here. Really, really pretty. I do want to take a little bit of the shade Revenge, which is the darker, more pumpkin-y kind of, pumpkin spice kind of color. And I'm going to take that on the Morphe R39 that I'm just squishing around here in my color switch. And I'm going to set that lower into the crease and just kind of keep it tighter to the outside. This is not my favorite brush, but it works really, really nicely when you want to, like, set a color down and just kind of buff it out really lightly, because it's packed and it's only a little bit fluffy. So you have to be careful. This is not the kind of brush you want to fluff out, at least not for me. It tends to make stuff drag kind of funny. I'm not good at deciding what I want to do. See, I thought it would have been kind of cool to do that negative space that people do, where they kind of like do one of these and they bring it all the way through. and then they do like this weird negative thing. I don't know, I've never tried it before, and I told myself I wasn't gonna keep trying weird stuff on camera for the first damn time and then doing it wrong, but here I sit wanting to do it wrong. So here's what I'm thinking. I'll try it because I literally can't stop thinking about it. So I'm gonna try it, and then if I hate it, I'll just cover it up with something else. So I'm gonna go in with this pencil brush. It's the number 10 BH Cosmetics, but you can see it's literally just like a few hairs. And I wanna take this and use that to kind of create a very rough, faint line, because I'm still not sure what direction I wanna take this in. You guys, I'm the worst. Like, I tell you, I'm the worst sometimes. Like, I'm so indecisive. I'm just gonna use my Colourpop No Filter Concealer for this. I need to relax. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this, which I don't know if I can. Okay, that's good for like a rough start. And keeping in mind too that we can always go back and we can fix it. Remember, you guys, on my channel, we don't take it too serious because it'll lead you to a mental freaking breakdown. So I actually do really, really like that. So I think I am, oh my gosh. Do I really want to commit to this though? Like, that's a big commitment. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we, I don't know. You guys are the worst. Okay, because here's my thought. I really wanted to do one of those things where you like white out this whole lower portion, and then you have this up here like the way it is, and then underneath of it you kind of do something. I know that didn't make any sense. I heard it too. You know what? Screw it. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. So I'm gonna go in. This is a double-ended cargo brush that came in one of the kits. Anything flat will work, and we're just gonna negative this whole situation right here. We're gonna be negative, guys. We're gonna be negative. And we're just gonna real nicely pat and fill this all in. I like how I spent that time making that outer V all nice and pretty, just so I could cover it up. My life. All right, it isn't exactly perfect, but it don't need to be. That's actually okay. That's not bad. I retract my statement. I'm pretty impressed with myself. Go Paige, go Paige, go Paige. So, on the lower portion of this lid, I'm just like wiping off that cargo brush. You guys, I'm such a messy human being. I'm wiping that off because I think what I want to do in this lower portion down here, that's where I want to go in with that iridescence, but I don't want to do it by itself. I think I want to fade Sassy and IE into each other, which are these two green shades. I just think that they would look really pretty. So maybe a little something like that. How one green just kind of, okay, stop it. How one green kind of fades into the next, you can see. So you have the shade IE right out front and then Sassy in the back right there. I just think that looks really pretty. So I think that's what I want to do on the lower portion, and then leave like a negative space right there that I would fill in maybe with the shade Unbothered, which is that very first like lighter shimmer shade. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence, guys. I'm on the fence. So do not pressure me. So we're going to start by going in with this tiny little, like tiny, what is this? Flat paddle brush. There we go, from Cargo Cosmetics. That's the other end of the one that I just used to fill that lid in right there. That's actually not bad. Okay, so we're going to take that smaller side. We're going to go into the green, which is IE, and we're going to start with this just on a brush, and we're going to pack it onto that concealer. Wow, that looks so nice. And it literally packed right on, and the fallout actually isn't that bad. That's really nice. All right, so we're just gonna wipe that off on my hand. Wow, that AC kicked on and it was so loud. But now we're gonna, oh, you guys, I forgot I had these swatches on my arm, and I just look at that. They are currently all over my vanity. Pause while I wipe these off. Okay, so anyways, same end of that same brush. We're gonna go in now with the shade Sassy, which is that more iridescent green. And we're gonna continue that same line, and we're just gonna switch the color. Whew. You guys, I could not be more obsessed with this color combo if I freaking tried right now. Oh my gosh. So as I told you guys before, I think I want to stick to keeping that in that negative space right there. I want to lay in the shade Unbothered, which is this really nice kind of reflective-y shade. Right here, I look super orange right now, not a fan. But I really do like this. I think it's gonna give a nice like shine to that crease. I'm gonna go in actually with that same BH number 10 brush. This is the same shade that I kind of used to get that initial color in there, that initial concealer pass. And I'm gonna use this to kind of lightly pack it on top because you're gonna need something small to get in there, and I'm not sure how to do this part, not gonna lie. That looks so gorgeous. I think the only thing that I will go back through and add is a little bit darker color to this upper line right here. And I think to do that, I want to go in with the shade Played Out, which is this really beautiful deep brown. Ooh, do I want to go in with that shade or? Yeah, actually I do. I want to go in with that shade. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go that dark, but it's a really nice deep matte brown. Okay, so I want to take that same pencil brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm gonna take that and trace it along the upper edge right there, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with this dark though, just because I didn't know if it could pull it, but I really think that the deepness of this color down here, I think will make it work really well. Is it wrong that I feel like that little swoop in there, I feel like it could use a little pizzazzling? And I know what you're thinking, Paige, quit while you're ahead. I just don't know if I can. Like, I kind of want to add some depth to it. I think this gold shade would go really well. This is the shade Diva. I'd like to pack a little bit of it inside of that whoop-de-whoop. I think I'm going to put some of it at the beginning and then some of it at the end. I'm going to spray my brush though for this. A little bit of all-nighter and go in with some of that on my brush here because I am going to have to pack it on top of that other color. Keeping in mind that if you don't like this, you could literally have stopped about 4 steps ago and you would have been fine. Just want to make sure you guys are getting like a good up-close view of that. That looks so pretty. I'm really impressed with it. Holy crap. You know what I just realized? I have the fun task now of recreating that on the other eye. Boy, that's gonna be a good time. Wow, wow. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop admiring myself because I have my work cut out for me. I'm gonna go do the other eye and then I will come back on. We're gonna do swatches and we're gonna apply some of the other fun stuff. So hang tight, y'all, because this video, it's only gonna get longer from here. It's gonna be a long one. Yep. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I got the other eye all finished up, and I gotta be honest, I didn't realize that in doing this side I would then have to match it to this side. So it took me a hot second to match the two up because again, I've never done this style before, so it took a second, but I do think that it turned out really, really beautiful. I love the depth that it kind of created, and I tried to make sure that they matched, and it was a hot minute, but you know, I think for a first shot, I think it's going pretty good. So I thought we would kind of come back on here and I swatched the rest of the products for you, and that way we can kind of finish this business up. So let's go ahead and let's look first at the highlights. This is the adorable little packaging. There are 2 of these, and I love that they've got like this cute little design on the top part, and they just say Shayla x Colourpop on the side. This is in the shade Pose, which is right here. The other shade is up here. What the hell is that shade name? That's Boomin'. Now they're both in the same container. This one is open because obviously I will have to go with the lighter gold color right here. That might still be a little bit too much for me. But what I'm curious to see about these ones in particular is if when I apply it to the skin, if it looks glittery. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to give myself a little face spritz. Now this is just the iconic London spray right here I've been using, playing around with it, seeing if I like it. But any setting spray will do, whatever works for you. And then to do said highlight, I'm actually going to go in with my highlight brush from Wet n Wild. Oh my god. And we're going to take, I have some of it in the cap right here, and I have mentioned this before, but I like to apply my highlight while my face is still damp. I feel like it does a really nice job kind of melding into the skin. So I'm just picking up ever so slightly some of the highlight on my brush right here. And I just want to start by kind of tapping it along. And oh my god, that's such the wrong color. Oh my god. Yeah, that's way too dark for this pasty queen. Oh, I know it. Hold on. On camera, just so you guys know, optical illusion, because I now have a streak of yellow on my face. I'm going to try to get a good highlight down, and then I'm going to go over it with one that's really, really bright white to kind of help contrast that. But it is a beautiful highlight. As far as like reviewing the highlight itself goes, it's really, really pretty. It's just not light enough for my super fair skin. I'm going to go over top of that with, I know you guys are probably so sick of this, Oh for Nikki Tutorials Glazed Donut. It's really the only option that I'm going to have to make this work. Go ahead and zoom you guys back out, because now I have to counteract all of that gold and make that part look a lot lighter. So my thought is, if I mix the two, I'll make like almost more of a white gold, and it'll still look pretty, but I can still kind of look at that highlight. Now I will say, oh yeah, that's really pretty. Okay. That highlight, obviously, you know, before I had to mix it with this one, it does not appear glittery on the skin at all. Yeah, that's actually not bad at all. That's really pretty. Okay, now it's going to drive me nuts if I keep going on, off, because that's just how I am. So let's go ahead and let's show you. I know, I'm weird. It's the medication, you guys. Sometimes I'm like, let's do things in order. And other times I'm like, and I can do like one eye over here, half my lip over here. It's just, it's the way of the beast. So these are the rest of the swatches. I want to talk about the lipsticks. Now, if you are new to my channel, you might not know this, but I am a die-hard obsessed fan with Colourpop lipsticks, these Luxe lipsticks they came out with. They're like mind-blowingly fantastic. So I highly recommend these. I have a ton of them. I've reviewed a bunch of them on my channel. Their very first release, I picked up a ton. I can link it right here. I go through, I swatch, we talk. It's just such a good time. So let's go ahead. These are the three that came with the collection right here, as well as the the gloss right on down here. So from top to bottom, you are looking at Come On Sis, which is this one right here, just like a beautiful berry toned. The next one down that's looking pretty orange on camera, well, it's like a corally orange in the dead center. That's in the shade, ow! At least I think that's how you say it. I don't know. And then the very last guy right down here, that is the shade Quickie. That's probably my favorite shade, and I love it for a reason we'll get into here in just a second. Then the gloss, which, oh my god, look at this packaging for this gloss. I'm obsessed. This is in the shade Neat Freak, which again is right down here. It's like a clear-ish gloss. It's a very clear gloss with like little specks of like yellow and pink glitter in it. And what I really like about this shade right down here, the shade Quickie, I love it. If you pair it with the other options in this set, I think that it would do such a beautiful job to pop the lip. Like you could go in with this one on the outside, pop that one in the center, pop a little gloss over it, and honestly, you can continue to build that dimension to where it looks like you have fuller, more beautiful lips, and I love the fact that it's very inclusive for that aspect. I really actually, so far, just as a side note, I love the inclusivity of this line overall. I think it's really, really pretty. So anyways, let me go ahead. I'm going to highlight this side. I'm going to come back on. I want to, you know, keep trying to trim it down, and then I'll be back for some final thoughts on this whole damn collection. Alright guys, so obviously my entire face is finished up. Let's go ahead and give you a little zoom action into the eye one last time. I didn't do any fakes. I just did my regular lashes with a couple coats of mascara. I was gonna go fake and I was gonna wing it out, but honestly, I really love the way that the shadow worked out. Now I did take that Ofra and Nikki Tutorials highlight and I ran it a little bit in here and in here with that negative space, as well as my brow bone and inner eye highlight, just to kind of give me a little bit more pizzazzle. Because clearly, you know, it needed it. Not. All right, so obviously the video, it's long, but let's go ahead and run through my final thoughts of this entire situation, as well as whatever the hell my hair is doing. I don't know. You guys, it's a struggle to try and figure out. Like, I feel like I need tarot cards to know what the hell my hair is doing at any given time. So let's run through everything. Now, everything that I put on after the palette was $7, with the exception of the gloss, which is $6. The gloss I actually do want to work a little bit more with. I'm not sure, the texture of it feels really good. I just want to make sure that it doesn't slide around too much, or that I can't feel the glitter. Like, I hate it when you put on a glittery gloss and you can feel that grittiness. It just becomes very uncomfortable very quickly, and I'm not a fan. So I want to make sure that that doesn't happen with this. But I mean, I love the color, I love the shine. And on my lips, I'm actually wearing, because I'm extra, 3 of the products. I did put on overall the Come On Sis, which is like the darker, more maroon color. I blotted off a lot of that, and then in the center of the lip, I went in with Quickie. And that just kind of helped really lighten up the whole lip. I mixed the 2 colors together just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then in like the center-ish of the lip, I went in with the gloss. I really like the combination, and I really like that these 3 colors, they're gonna be really good, like a really good set if you're trying to create your own nude or create your own hue, because they each have different undertones. All right, so that brings us to these highlights right here. And this is kind of a hard one for me because I really, really, really love these. Like, I love them so much. I love the color. They're not glittery. They sit on the skin beautifully. I actually, when I went off of camera, I applied some on this side dry and then wet, and it worked really well both ways. The only thing I'm so bummed about is that if you are fair skinned, I don't know that this one will work for you. The shade Boomin', it's the one I tried to go in with. It was still too dark. It was like 1 step darker than the new Amrezy Anastasia highlight. So to give you kind of a benchmark, I can use that highlight. I cannot use this by itself. However, with that being said, I think that this mix is really beautiful with other highlights. Again, I went in with that Nikki Tutorials one, and it looks absolutely stunning. It mixes really well. It wasn't patchy. It didn't cling. Did not emphasize texture, which is actually really rare for a highlight like this, because a lot of times, because it's like that glittery, fine kind of pigment, it'll actually, for me anyways, it'll sit into my texture and really emphasize it. And I thought it did a beautiful job at buffing out and just really sitting on all the planes of my face nicely. Just playing with it, I really enjoyed it. I just know that for my skin tone, I won't be able to wear it alone. So kind of keep that in mind. But if you are anywhere from medium to deep skin toned, either or of these, they are absolutely stunning. And I don't think you would be disappointed, especially for the price, you guys. $7, you won't go through that. Like, I don't even know how you would use this much product, but like, it'll last you so long. Definitely worth the money. Now that does bring us to this palette, you guys. I really love this palette. I used a lot of colors out of this. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I used 8 of the 16, so I used half of these shades. I am obsessed. I love the fact that everything I would normally bitch about with Colourpop was corrected. I normally hate that there's no mirror. There's a mirror. I hate that there's no shade names underneath. There's shade names underneath. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, the quality of this for what you get and what you pay is super worth it. And these are 0.039 ounces, so just under 0.04, which actually is a pretty decent pan sign, especially for pan size, rather, just like cutting off the ends of words. They're actually a really good pan size for what you normally get, especially if you consider the price. 16 shades, I think it was 23 bucks. The shades all performed so nice, you guys. These mattes, these are quality. Like, I would, even if I didn't have any of the other ones in here, I would depot those and I would use those again. They are very good, classic Colourpop, very good, blendable, amazing shadows. Colourpop has a way with shadow and making it affordable that I just think is so magical, especially in a world where everyone wants to play with beauty, everyone wants to have fun with eyeshadows and create amazing looks, but not everyone can afford insanely expensive shadows. And I really think that they've done such a nice job of capturing the love of makeup and making it so affordable. And overall, you guys, there is nothing in the collection that I think is under par. I think that it's all amazing quality. I think that it all goes on beautifully. I'm obsessed with the eye look that I created. I think it's different. And I think that this palette really just encourages you to be a little different and to do something different than you normally would do. But at the same time, if you're in it for more wearable, more usable colors, honestly, you have like a half a palette over here that you could create a ton of like normal bronzy, shimmery, beautiful eye looks. And I don't think you'd be disappointed either way. So you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you so much for staying with me through all of my super long Colourpop reviews, because when I go Colourpop girl, first of all, sometimes it can be hard to really pull them reins in, and second of all, there's a lot of stuff we're talking about, and you know I'm gonna give you the tea on every single piece because that's how I roll. So please do not forget, you guys, all of my social media links and all that kind of stuff are linked down in the description bar below. If you want to like keep up with me, you want to see what's going on. I've been loving the Instagram stories lately. I've been having a lot of fun on there. So if you like to kind of see me in my day-to-day life, hang out with me, whatever, don't forget to check those out because that's where all the fun is. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. And please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. I love it when you guys do that. It's awesome. And I love you guys for it. And it makes me so happy. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I will see you in the next one. Look at my crazy eyes. I love them so much. Thank you guys for staying with me while I try all the weird stuff on camera. I really like this look. Ooh, yeah.